Climbing has had such a big influence over my whole life, and so many of my decisions have been made based around being able to go climbing. And so to be able to work with people and dream up these futuristic facilities and watch them develop and watch them become an important part of other people's lives is very rewarding. I think there's an analogy to skateboarding where you've got people who are skating in the real street, but you've also got people who are skating in skate parks, and they're not really intended to be exactly the same thing. And I'm inspired by the beauty of so many outdoor features that are sometimes hard to believe they even exist in nature, but we're not really trying to replicate that. We're trying to make features that spark a desire to climb on them and that are great for indoor climbing. When we look at the facility design, it's not just about making a good climbing gym, it's really about making good architecture that's based around climbing and fitness. And so we're trying to create an environment that fosters creativity and physicality, and it's a space that people really come back to, and it becomes an important part of their life. So we're trying to leave room for people to come in and really figure out how to make it their own, and that's a big part of how these things evolve over time. When I got into college, I really learned what architecture could be and fell in love with it. And so to be able to work on these type of climbing facilities that combine climbing and architecture in a way that didn't even exist when I first started climbing, and being able to watch people fall in love with climbing is really rewarding. 20 years ago, right out of college, I began by designing climbing walls. And after going back for my master's degree and becoming an architect, I pretty quickly got back into developing climbing gyms from their initial conception. The idea of what these things could be is really where the Somerville project came from. We were really trying to think about not what we've seen before, but what we really want a climbing gym to be for the future. These facilities have had everything in them, from TED Talks to concerts to competitions. These different events bring people in from all over, and it really can expand the community. And these spaces become an important part of people's lives. That's a big part of what we're doing with these event spaces. That's the choreography that we put together, which is the relationship between the architecture and the climbing, which is what we think about from the very beginning. And that's really where the architecture comes from. It comes from how you put the different program and climbing elements together. It doesn't get separated into one or the other. We think about it the same way from the very beginning, so that the relationship between all the different elements in the facility, that's really what defines the feel of the space. My name's Chris Ryan. I'm an architect, a builder, and a climber. We build these spaces to inspire people, and they're based around things that we really love.